Please note that the following content is not meant for children under 13. Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches, and today's video might be a little bit different than the content you're used to seeing from me. Just a heads up. Don't worry, this is still an art video. It's just that I'm drawing something a little bit differently than normal. I'm not making any characters or doing anything that I usually do, but I did think it was an important video to, I guess, share and tell you guys about, because when I'm down or when I feel sad, I tend to make a specific kind of art. And that is art that concerns my religion. I'm a Christian, and yeah, my religion helps me through a lot on a daily basis. And so when I feel particularly down or sad or lonely or anything like that, I always turn to God to help me through the problem. And it's kind of weird to talk about that because I don't really do that often, but I did feel, I guess, called to make this video because I was praying and this image popped into my head and I was like, oh, I really need to paint this. So then I went to paint it, and I felt very strongly that I should make a YouTube video about it. So that's why I did this. And that's why I'm stepping a little bit outside of my comfort zone here, because I've been saved for like 3 years now. So I pray every day, and I do I worship every day. So it's not outside of my comfort zone in that sense, but it's more outside of my comfort zone because I normally don't really speak that publicly about it, and that's why it's a little bit different for me. I guess I should just jump straight into it. Because like I said, I was praying, and because I was feeling sad, I needed some comfort. And yeah, because I've been having quite a difficult time lately. I haven't really been that vocal about that either. I tend to, whenever I feel down or bad, to keep it to myself, or, you know, at the very least, to share it with the Father and not with any human. And that it's not really a good habit, but it's, I guess, yeah, one I need to change, I suppose, but it's still something that I'm working on. Yeah, so because of that, I haven't really told anyone. I have told a couple of people. I've told my parents and my therapist. But yeah, I guess maybe I wanted to make this video because, not just because I felt like it, but also because I think it might help me, I guess, register everything, or like work through everything a bit more if I make a video about it. Maybe that's weird, but that's just what I wanted to do. And yeah, if you'd like to listen, please go ahead and watch this video. I don't mind if you don't. I mean, I promise it won't be very depressing. It's just I guess I kind of need to get it out of my system. Yeah, because usually when something like this happens, I draw something like this and I post it on my Instagram, and with a very long caption, that kind of thing. And yeah, that usually helps me feel a little bit better. I've just never done it in YouTube form before, and that's why I guess it's yeah, a bit different. But it's yeah, I feel called to do this, so I think I should be fine. I guess this whole thing started about a year ago. I'm not going to give you any information on this person, like the name or any contact information. I just don't think that's relevant, and I don't want anybody harassing this person on my behalf, but I used to have a best friend, and this former best friend and I decided 2.5 months ago to stop talking to each other. And that is because she was, I guess, getting very distant, and she kind of pushed me away. It's rather difficult to explain, but she I guess discovered God, and because I told her about him and about how much he helps me through everything and how incredible he is, and she was curious about that and she wanted to know more. So I helped her with that. I gave her resources, and I told her, asked, and like if she had any questions, she'd come to me, that kind of stuff. But a few months in, she started, I guess, distancing herself from many of the things that we used to enjoy together, like I don't know, anime, and I guess certain games, stories, that kind of stuff. And it was because I don't really understand it, but the way she explained it to me was that she got distracted by them, and that she'd rather focus on God, and instead of anything else. And that didn't just mean the things that we liked, but also, I guess, other people and me. Eventually she stopped, I guess, coming to me. Well, she didn't stop coming to me with her questions, but whenever I'd give her an answer or give her advice, she'd always be like, yeah, okay. But then she wouldn't really listen. And yeah, I guess that just, it kind of hurt, because she would come to me with a problem, and I'd say, oh yeah, you should do this and this and that, and this is the way I got through this, because I went through this before, that kind of thing. And then she'd be like, yeah, okay. And then like 2 weeks later, she'd come back to me. She'd say like, hey, look, this problem. Remember this problem that I had? Look, I found the solution. This website says this and this and this, and this person told me this and this and this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really glad you found the solution, but I said this 2 weeks ago. And I guess that was it was kind of strange, and yeah, but it didn't, I guess, it bothered me just a bit. It didn't bother me like a lot until until it kept happening and every time, and I tried to help her, but she just wouldn't accept my help. And I would ask her, I confronted her about it and asked her, why aren't you listening to me? And she basically said that she just didn't trust me anymore. And I guess that just kind of hit me really hard, and because I couldn't understand, I didn't know why. It was just difficult to deal with, because she, in the following months, she just kept getting, I guess, worse and worse about this. We'd get into arguments, and I rarely ever argue. It takes a lot for me to get frustrated or mad. And I was feeling so bad that I was frustrated with her, because she wouldn't listen to me and she wouldn't talk to me and that kind of stuff. And it just, we grew apart, and she shut me out, and it felt so horrible. I felt like a horrible friend, and like I just wasn't good enough all the time, because I she'd never do anything with me anymore, because the things that we connected over were gone, and like gone from her life. She didn't want anything to do with it anymore, and she didn't, at the very end, she didn't even want to see my artwork anymore, because it reminded her of anime, that kind of stuff. And yeah, we just lost, I guess, our way of connecting with each other. And yeah, eventually I talked to my mother about it, and she suggested that we take a break, and that she'd maybe need some time to, I guess, time alone to realize, I don't know, maybe how important I was, or I guess how important I wasn't. Because I messaged her again after about a month and a half of silence, complete silence, and because I was really lonely, I missed her a lot, and I said, hey, I miss you. Can we please just start talking again? Something, because I miss you, and I want you back in my life. And she just didn't. She said she was very happy that we stopped talking, and very happy that I wasn't in her life anymore. She did say that she still loved me, but that she was just glad to be without me. And yeah, it kind of breaks my heart, because I guess it's just so difficult to understand. I really do not know or understand why she just wouldn't trust me anymore, or just wouldn't want to talk to me anymore, because you don't understand. We've been friends for forever, for 3 years, and it went away so quickly. And yeah, that's just it's very sad, and I really miss her. But I guess not all is lost, because straight after this happened, I immediately ran to Jesus, and he helped me through everything, as he always does, and I grew so much closer to him throughout all of this. And I've got to say that not speaking to her has opened up, I guess, more room for him in my life, because I constantly be worried about her, or trying to talk to her, because I'm one of those Hufflepuffs. I am very loyal, and I put my whole heart and soul into every relationship that I have. And I just wanted to, I guess, I always want to pour my heart and soul into conserving a friendship that I loved so dearly. And that just took a lot of energy, because it apparently was just one-sided. But I am, I guess, happier now. I'm still very lonely, I'm still hurting, but I am happier, because I'm so much closer to Jesus, and that's incredible, man. It's really great. I've been praying a whole lot more. I've been listening to sermons and worship things, videos online, especially Top White. Man, Top White, he's incredible. Whenever he prays, a miracle happens. It's incredible. I highly recommend you go check out his channel. I guess there's the way he preaches, and the way he talks about the gospel and about Jesus, that really lights a fire in me. The Holy Spirit just blazes so brightly whenever I hear him speak. And I know he's been, I guess, criticized a lot, and there have been quite some controversies in the Christian community. But yeah, he helps me come close to God, and that's really all that I care about, because he just wants everyone to be close to Jesus, and he just wants, I guess, everyone to be on fire for the Lord, and I want to be on fire too. And it just, the way he speaks, man, you just gotta listen. You just gotta find out for yourself. It's really, really quite something. He loves other people so much. He loves Jesus so much. He's really, I guess, the living and breathing example of the two commandments that we've gotten as Christians: to love your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, your whole mind, and then to love your neighbor like yourself. And he embodies that so beautifully. And yeah, he just really helped me throughout all of this. Like, his videos have really helped me get closer to God, and that just makes me very happy. Yeah, and I wish I could say that was everything that happened the past couple months, but I also made a couple changes to my future plans and stuff. And that also, I guess, caused quite a bit of uncertainty, because there's this really cool school. I'm not going to tell you where it is or what it is, but it's a really awesome school for game art and game design, that kind of stuff, and I really want to go there, but it's incredibly strict. And yeah, I really want to apply there, but I have to make a really I have to partake in a selection procedure, and this selection procedure is quite a lot of work, and I have to do this on top of my schoolwork as well, and I'm getting a lot of work and pressure from my school at the moment as well, so there's just so much going on. And yeah, even more personal stuff that I kind of, that's too personal to even speak of online. Yeah, it's a lot. And I'm so grateful, so glad that Jesus is with me throughout all of this, that God is with me throughout all of this. And I've realized my own value a lot more, because I used to believe, because a lot of people used to say that like everybody, like Christians, and like not just Christians, as humans in general, are sinners and worthless, not worthy of the price that the Lord paid for us, because he died on the cross so that we could be saved from our sins, and so that we could enter into the kingdom of heaven. Then I heard Todd White speak, and what he had to say on the matter, and he said, oh, I'll never forget this. He said, what if your worth is not determined by what you've done or what you deserve? What if your worth is determined by the price that was paid for you? And man, that just resonated with me so much, and it makes me feel so much more confident and so much more, I guess, grateful too. I feel so safe and so protected, and it just really helps me, and God really helps me, and I'm so grateful for his love and for his strength. My weakness is a magnet to his strength. That's also something that Todd White likes to say, and I wholeheartedly agree with that, because that's true, and I've noticed that it's true, and it just really helps to have Jesus so close in a time of need like this. And I'm really grateful for that he is here with me, and that he sends angels to protect me from, all the pain, all the heartbreak, all the lies. Because, yeah, it's really quite something, everything that I'm going through, and I just really, it's a lot, and that's why I drew this. That's why I've been praying so much. And sometimes when I pray, something like this comes up, like a very vivid image that I'm like, oh yeah, I have to draw this. And this was actually inspired by a poem that I read, and I know many Christians know this is quite a famous poem. I'll read it to you. It's called Footprints in the Sand. One night I dreamed a dream. As I was walking along the beach with my Lord, across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene I noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one to my Lord. After the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand. I noticed that at many times along the path of my life, especially at the lowest and saddest times, there was only 1 set of footprints. This really troubled me, so I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only 1 set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you most, you would leave me. He whispered, "My precious child, I love you and will never leave you. Never, ever, during your trials and testings. When you saw only 1 set of footprints, it was then that I carried you." And man, this is such a powerful, beautiful, gorgeous poem, and I really love it. And it's, I guess the inspiration to this piece, because, I I really feel like he's been carrying me throughout all of this, because I never would have gotten through everything that has happened over the past 2.5 months, over the past year. I never would have gotten through it alone, and I'm so glad and so grateful that he is here with me, and he loves everybody. He loves me and he loves you too. And I guess what he wants to say is that you can have this as well. He will carry you as well if you just let him into your life. And if you need any help with that, you can always message me. Because Jesus, man, he helps me so much in so many ways. Like, I can be free from worries and stress. I still struggle with that quite a bit, but I know that it's possible, because I've seen it in other people, and I want that as well. I want to be dead to worry and stress. I want to be a new person, and Jesus can help me with that. I can just leave everything to him and give him everything that I am worried about and trust it to him, and he will help me with it. And man, he specifically sends the Holy Spirit to comfort us, and then comfort in quite a few senses of the word, not just holding you and helping you, but also just giving you strength so that you can get through everything. And a fellowship, he's always there. He's always available. There is no time of day where he just isn't there. He is always there, and that just helps a lot. Yeah, I guess all of this just still feels quite unreal, that all these changes that have been happening feel unreal, because that's just the only way I can describe it. It just, everything changed so quickly, and it's just this complete silence from my former best friend. I really hate saying that, but this silence, it's so strange, because we really used to talk 24/7. There wasn't a day that I didn't speak to her, that we didn't speak and didn't do anything. And oh man, it's just it's quite different and difficult. I've also been struggling still with a lot of physical pain. Probably shared that before, but because of all the stress and from my life, from school, all those things, I tense up a lot, and that really just hurts my muscles. And I'm trying really hard to, I have been trying really hard ever since I got closer to Jesus to, just live in the moment, leave the future up to him. But it's still really difficult. I'm trying very hard though, so eventually I'll master this, hopefully. And I know I can't summarize my entire walk with Christ in this one video, but if you'd like to see, I guess maybe I could make a dedicated video of it. give a summary and yeah, just a little bit how I got to him and how I got saved, that kind of stuff, how much I guess he helps me throughout my daily life. If you're interested in that, please leave it in the comments below. And yeah, I guess that was it for today's video. I know it was very different than the content that I normally post, and I hope you don't mind. I really felt like I had to make this video, and I guess I'm glad that I did, because I feel like this has helped me, I guess, process everything a bit more and maybe accept it a bit. Because yeah, it's still quite difficult, and if any of you are going through something, you can always message me. I know I am very, very bad at messaging others when I am in trouble or when I have a problem, but just know that you can always message me, and perhaps I'll message you too if I have a problem. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm really glad if you watched all the way to the end. I'm really, really glad and thankful that you did that for me, because it just means a lot that you listened, and yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. And next week I'll be more energetic, I promise. Okay, bye. Keep on sketching.